Hi, welcome back to Ideas Box, and if this is your first time here, then thanks for dropping by. Today's video is my repairs to a kerosene blowtorch and how I make the leather cups for the pressure pump. There are better videos on YouTube on kerosene blowtorches, but I haven't seen the leather cups made the way I finally ended up doing them. They're actually pretty easy, and I'd never done this kind of thing before, so I'm pretty pleased with the result. I hope this method works for you. If it does, let me know in the comments. Anywho, let's get into it.
I'm fixing up this old kerosene burner that we got from a sort of second-hand antique place. The guy's got heaps of really neat stuff, and I bought this because I'd seen some videos. I think it's old-fashioned machinery. It's a Swedish fella who has one that works, and I got it home and the leather plunger was knackered and it was leaking through there, so I'll show you what I've done about that. The leather plunger in there was knackered. It was just old, it had just given way. So I've made another one which isn't very good, but it works, but doesn't work very well. I'm not able to pump up a lot of pressure. I have had this working, but you can see how it's not really combusting properly. It's way blacker than it should be. This isn't getting very hot either. So I've made a new one of them. So this piece here comes out, which is nice because it makes it much easier to check that the little check valve there is working, which it is. I've put a new spring in that, so that's working fine now. The other problem I had was it was leaking up through there. So I'll show you what I did to fix that. You've got to take this piece here off. This is all pretty simple stuff. There's nothing super complicated about these. Not that I can see anyway. So then that little bracket there comes off. That comes off. And then this, if you spread it in there, in that slot in there, spread that with a screwdriver, you can usually just get it to pop off of the front there. And then what I had to do was I had to make a new gasket. That's just a little tap washer that I've just cut down to fit inside that diameter there. But I did have to solder that joint there. You can see where it's all new solder. So that was easy enough to do. What you do, you just have to heat it up to burn all the kerosene off of it, and then a bit of flux, and it's soldered first go. So I'm quite happy with that. So I'll put this back together. Just remembered the name of the guy. It's Yesterday's Machinery, the Swedish fella. He's pretty interesting. Duck over to his channel, have a look at what he does. He does some pretty neat stuff. But that cup that I've made isn't very good. And I've had a go at making, here I'll show you my failures first. So I've had a go at making them, and they keep punching through, doing like a wad punch on the leather. So this leather here I think is too thick. I mean, it's all fairly old leather, it's off of an old saddle. But this piece here is off of a strop. And I'll show you what I was doing wrong. I've made that hole massively too deep. How deep is it? $18mm deep, and the cup only ended up 6.5. So what I did was I stacked all those washers in there, which allowed me to push it down to there. I just went around it with a box knife. And I've got this little plunger here, which I've actually worked out something. It doesn't really want to fit too well because this tubing is the same diameter as this, if I push that in there and hold that against there, I can push that in. But before I do that, I need to drill a hole in the centre of that. You need to drill a 6mm hole in the centre of that for the little pump shaft. So that washer, yep, that'll fit in there, so that's nice. So I think I've used the right leather finally. So I need to drill a hole that is 6mm, but it needs to be right in the centre. So I'll come back in a second once it needs to be right in the centre of that. So I'll come back in a second once I've done that. I don't have a hole punch, so I'm going to use a drill that has been sharpened for woodwork. See the way it's got a point and two cutting edges? So I'm going to try that, see how we go. Because I'm pretty sure that a normal drill will just grab it and pull it towards me. This is going to cut a hole rather than bore a hole. Fitted the new cup to that. I had to use, that's the same inside diameter as this pump tube here. So I've slipped that over it and then pushed that through and then pull this handle apart so I could slide this off. But I basically used that as a guide to get the cup in there because it's worked out really good. It's cut it out very, it's pumping really nicely. I'm quite happy with that. So I've put some metho in there because that's what you do. You put metho in there, you burn that, it heats this up, and you close that off and you pump the pressure up and you should be able to light it from this end here. So I'll come back once that's running because I don't know if it's going to work first time. Alright, so I've got the metho burning and that's it boiling at the bottom. So I'm going to do this on the floor because sometimes if I don't let it heat up enough it sprays. Well, I'll show you if it works. If it happens I'll show you. Make sure that little valve there is open, make sure that's tight, yep. I believe you're supposed to let the methylated spirits burn all the way away so that it's heated it up enough. Right, okay, that's the methylated spirits burnt out. There you go, it works. I fixed it. I think it's supposed to burn a little bit hotter than that. There you go. Kind of working. Not working as well as some I've seen on the internet, but I've got it working to a degree. I don't think you're supposed to have to pump this so much, but anyway, to turn them off you open that, it just bleeds the pressure down. So there you go, it's kind of fixed. I drilled through the back of the Jeep with a 5
5mm drill. So I've still got the washers stacked in there to give me the right depth. That last one's got a smaller hole than the 8mm washers that are in there. Mark it from corner to corner to give you the centre. So there's my centre there. And the way you hold this still while you drill it is just with a pair of dividers like that. Then I put a little bit of Vaseline just to help it run over that shoulder a wee bit better. Then that comes through from underneath. Now you might need to run, just wipe the dust off that. You might need to run that down. Oh no, there we go. That's gone on alright. And I've bored a hole down the centre of that. So that goes over like that. The 5mm nut goes on. I don't use a power tool for this. I like to be able to feel when I think it's stopped, when it's bottomed out. So you do that with a screwdriver, and there you have your little formed cup. So I can leave that now. I can leave that for a day or so to dry. And then once it's dry, or you can probably do it wet, get your box knife, and that leaves you with something like that. This is the one that I made earlier, so it's had time to dry, so that's perfectly formed. So it leaves you with the hole nice in the centre. It's the right shape, it's the right depth, it's the right outside diameter. And I find that's worked really well for me. There are different ways of doing it, and most of them seem to work really well. I just find that this way works for me. There's one that I made using the different method before I worked out to drill a hole in the centre first. That one's pretty good too. I'm just going to make sure I get the hole in the centre. And then, to make them easier to fit down the tube here, because this is the same diameter, I cut a piece with a nice clean bevel in there, and then if you squeeze that together with a pair of pliers, it actually reduces diameter by about 1/2 millimetre, and it goes in. Here, I'll show you what I mean. Oh, it's a bit tight. So that's quite easy to get in there, and you put that on there. I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm squeezing that to decrease the diameter of the copper piece. And there we go. And then you just take this top here off. Pick it up off the floor, take that off, put that back on. I put that O-ring on there just so that when I pumped it, that face there didn't smack against that face there. It's like a little buffer, I guess, or a buffer, I guess. So that works a treat. So I'll pump that for a little bit. And listen. So the pump definitely works. And there's kerosene coming out there too, you can see it. So the pump definitely works, so I'm quite pleased with that.
So anyway, so that's how I make the leather cups. That's how I make my leather cups, and that's how I make sure I get the hole in the centre. Because the hole's in the centre of the jig that makes the cup. So, anyway, works for me. To store the spare cups that I've made, I've slotted that piece of copper tube and just expanded that with a screwdriver. Obviously I've cleaned up the inside of that. There's no burr on the inside of there. And I've expanded that with a screwdriver to make it about 18 millimeters. So I'll just put a couple of drops of the leather oil in there now. And then they can just sit on the shelf till I need them. Because those first two you can see are a bit darker. They've already got leather oil on them. That one's just fresh out of the little press that I made. So I'll put a couple of drops of oil on that. It won't take much. And then just sit them on the shelf till I need them. I'll probably sit them next to this so that I don't forget what all the different bits are for. So there you go. And I just trimmed it off this morning. So that goes back on there. That goes back on there. And it's good to use. I'll stack them on the shelf, and to be honest, I'll probably forget where I've put them and have to hunt around for them and swear a few times. But that's how it goes, isn't it?
As a side note, while I was editing this video, we got a notification about a solar storm which was causing quite good Southern Aurora lights. So we headed out in the car to one of the secluded beaches nearby and managed to get a couple of nice photos which I've included. For those of you photographically orientated, I used a Nikon D750, a 28mm lens at f2.8, and these were 15-second exposures with the ISO at 800. I hope you like them. We were pretty impressed with the way the photos came out. It was a little bit more than you could see by eye, but we could definitely see the pink lights shimmering above us. It was really pretty cool. Okay, thanks for watching the video. I hope this cup forming method works for you. Make sure to click like and subscribe, and don't forget that notification bell too. Well, I reckon that's it for today, so bye for now.